Hey, good morning YouTube. Alan back again. And I have a nice new spinner to review today. And this is a most recent release from Spinetic Spinners. This is the DNA Nucleus. And this is a tri-spinner slash ring spinner combo from DNA. And let me tell you, this thing is absolutely fantastic. A lot of different options on this. Very, very convertible, you might say. You could do a lot of things with it. Very nice stainless steel, nice R188 bearing in it, and it is a beauty for sure. So I think what we'll do is, without any further ado, we'll go ahead and take this thing down to the tabletop. We'll bust it down, we'll go over some of its options, some of its details, and let's head on down there right now. All right, here we go. Let's do a little up close and personal time with the DNA Nucleus. You see it comes in a nice cardboard box, very nicely done with a magnetic latch on the end. Makes for great presentation. I have already had this thing together, so the way you see it here is not how it will come to you. The buttons would be over here. You'd have the weights that are in here. And in this baggie, you would have the Allen key, which I still have in there, and also the set screws for the weights. And then up here, you have your two ring spinner options, the two different size rings for it. So first off, let's go ahead. I'm going to start off with it in the tri-spinner mode, just because that is the way that I prefer it. I think it makes it's got plenty to stand on its own merit as a tri-spinner. This thing is just absolutely fantastic. Gets great spin times, super smooth. It's got a FZ Essentials SBV2 bearing in it, so you're going to get very, very smooth and very, very long spins with this one. It is a beauty. Now you can take these weights out. Like I said, with that Allen key, you can take back these screws out, and you can take the weights out and have a nice a different look to it. With would be some cutouts. It also has some 2x6 or 2x12 millimeter tritium vial slots. You got 3 on each side, on each arm, which would just make an awesome spinner to use at night if you happen to do that. I personally have not done any kind of spinners with tritium vials, so that might be something I look at down in the future. Now the buttons on this thing are absolutely fantastic. They're not branded at all, but they do have the nice concentric circles with a step pattern down to the center. You got about 1/4 of an inch down in the bottom there. And let me tell you, these things are very, very comfortable. This thing is absolutely unmatched as far as fidgetability goes. Pretty much almost any tri-spinner I've found, it is definitely a comfortable spin. Not very, it doesn't have real heavy chamfers on it. The edges are more rounded than they are chamfered. It has a nice brush finish around the outside, and it's more of a, it's kind of a satin finish. I wouldn't call it machined because you don't really see machining marks on it, but it is a little bit different than the sides. The tops are a little bit different. So, and apparently they are going to come out with different material options for the weights in this. So maybe a nice brass weights in this would give it some nice contrasting color as well. So many options with this. This thing is absolutely fantastic. These buttons quite comfortable, very, very nice. It has a nice, like I said, a nice FZ Essentials SBV2 bearing in it, as you can see it there. Very nicely done. This center module here comes out, totally removes to replace with the ring spinner configuration. So what I will do is I will show you how that is done. So let's go ahead and, since I got it here, let's go ahead and see if we can't take this out. Now it backs out just like a normal retaining ring would. Each side will back out on its own. You have one piece there, and of course you can pop the bearing out. Like I said, it is an SBV2, as you can see on the side of it there. And of course this piece here, if you depending on which way you got to spin it the right way, you can just roll it out that way, and that piece pops out. And there you have your, basically your frame. And then you'll take one of the two ring spinner components, and I'll pop these open real quick and kind of show them to you. It does come with two rings because you basically put it in like you would do the R188. So let's pop this one open as well. There we go. Set that one up there. Now, as you can see, these bearings are, of course, different sizes. It just depends on what you're comfortable with. You can see one is quite a bit bigger than the other. Very nice. So what I'll do is I will show you, I'll just put in the big one. You just take your piece with the notches out, because those are going to be used to tighten it down. Also helps to let you know which is outside and which is not, because it does have a kind of a recessed area in the ring where the bearing does sit into. As you can see it really close there. The recessed area goes all the way up, almost up against the edge. So this is for the big bearing, and it drops and locks right into place. Then you can take the other side. There we go. And you just get it down to where it's flush, where you like it, and then you can take the other side. And if it's not, if you have to back it out or whatever, you have the ability to adjust it to get it as close to the center point of the spinner. You want to do that just so it's nice and even. I'm kind of OCD that way. And then once you do that, there you go. You have your ring spinner mode. And to me, like I said, I like ring spinners, don't get me wrong, but I use my my Quasar Halo in the ring spinner mode, and to me it's just a lot more comfortable in that configuration than this one is. This one here is so much better in a tri-spinner configuration, so I enjoy it that way better. So what I think I'll do right now is I will take this and I will put it back together in tri-spinner mode, and then we will continue on from there. All right, there we go. Now we're back into tri-spinner mode. Pretty easy process to change those out, just like I showed you with the ring spinner components. It works the same way with the R188 bearing components as well. So it's a real quick change out, very easy to do. And like I said before, this is the configuration that I like the best. This thing is just absolutely awesome. Gets in excess of 5 minutes spin time with this bearing. It's nice and smooth. It's nice and quiet. I'm going to go ahead and put it up to my mic real quick and let you take a listen to it. And you see it's very, very quiet. Just a super smooth spinner. Now let's go ahead and get the size. As you can see here, each of these lines is a 1/2 inch. So it looks like you got two, little over, just a shade under 2.5 inches. So the 2 and, I don't know, 2 1/4, 2 5/8, something like that. So it is a decent size. It is a very, very decent weight. It is a nice, comfortable spinner, quiet and stealthy. This is just a beauty. Definitely recommend everybody get one of these for sure. This is, and they sell out pretty quick, so you need to be quick to the draw to pick one of these up. So let's go ahead and get a quick weight on it. Now this is in the tri-spinner configuration with the weights in it. As you see, it's pretty hefty, 94.1 grams. So it's definitely not a lightweight. It is definitely got some beef to it. Absolutely gorgeous. Spins great. Buttons are awesome. Everything about this spinner is fantastic. So definitely a must-have for sure. Let's go ahead and take this thing out to outside and put a little sunlight on it. Let's get it to warp real quick for us, and then I'll come back and I will give you my final thoughts. All right, welcome back. DNA Nucleus. Definite must-have. If you like ring spinners and you like the ability to be able to switch this thing over to a regular tri-spinner, it works great both ways. I prefer the tri-spinner mode. I am a big fan of course, stainless steel. And, of course, the option to change weights into different materials will be an awesome addition to this spinner, which will make it that much better. I definitely recommend picking one up. Of course, I will leave a link down below where you can go out to Spinetic Spinners to pick one of these up. You will be happy that you did. I know they are growing in popularity really quick, and they do have a tendency to sell out really fast. So definitely make sure you get on a waiting list if they are sold out, and you will be happy you did. So yeah, great spinner, great addition to my collection. I love it. Nice, weighty, smooth, and it fulfills all my needs as a spinner. So once again, I will leave a link up above for subscription. If you'd like to come out and check out some of my other videos, it'd be awesome. I'll leave a couple links here for a couple of my other review videos. Take a peek at those. That'd be awesome. I want to thank you for hanging out today. It's been a good time. Always is. We always have a good time here at Fidget-N-Style. So do me one more favor. Keep calm. Spin on. I'm out.